Hey guys, the Architect here, and welcome to another Genshin Impact video. In this video, I'm going to talk about the new weapons banner that's going to come up very soon in update 1.2, and the reason why I believe it is a trap. Actually, I do not recommend people to spend any pulls on this banner, and I'm going to tell you why. So let's get into it. So if you have been paying attention to previous banners, you may have noticed that they have been doing the same thing over and over. So they are giving away a geo weapon, and then a weapon that's one of the 5-star weapons from the permanent banner. All right. So they did the same thing with Zhongli. So I actually have those weapons, and you can see that all of them have the same effect. All right. So increased shield and scoring hits on opponents will increase your attack, and they also give you attack percent. Alright, so this is a geo weapon. This is the other geo weapon, Memory of Dust, which is it's great for Ningguang. And this other weapon, Dion Forge, this is good for Noelle and also for Xinjiang. Alright, so those weapons are great for those characters. Alright, so this is great weapon for Zhongli, great weapon for Ningguang, great for Noelle and Xinjiang as well. Alright, so there are characters in the game that actually benefit a lot from these weapons. Now, the problem is that one would expect that the current weapon is going to benefit the character that's going to come out. But it's not. That's the problem. That's why I do not recommend anyone to pull on the current banner, because it's a trap. Right? Because this weapon, what it's gonna do is literally the same thing that the other weapons do, and Albedo is not gonna benefit from this, because Albedo, it's not first of all, it's not a DPS character. All right, Albedo is a support character. It's meant to be a support character. His kit does not benefit from this. I mean, it's gonna increase shields. Right, but Albedo is not gonna generate shields with normal attacks, nor does he have a shield generating skill like Noelle, or because for instance, Ningguang generates shields with her attacks, with the crystallize effect, a lot, and Zhongli generates shields. I mean, he has a skill for that, and the same so does Noelle. This guy, he doesn't have a shield generating skill like that. I mean, theoretically, you could do that with his E skill. It's gonna deal geo damage every 2 seconds, but it's not gonna be the same, because the issue here is that a character like this would actually benefit from something that increases his elemental attack. And what this weapon do, what this set of weapons do, is scoring hits on opponents increase attack by 4%. All right. Now here's the issue. Albedo is not going to be doing such thing. You see, what you're supposed to do with Albedo is pretty much you're gonna use it similarly to Fischl, where you drop Oz and then Oz deal damage to opponents. Albedo is gonna do a similar thing. You're gonna drop his flower and he's gonna deal damage to everything that's nearby. Well, every 2 seconds. So this current banner, it's not going to really benefit Albedo. If you want to really benefit Albedo, I do not recommend pulling on this banner. Instead, what you should do is you should get the weapon that they're going to give for free, which is a 4-star weapon. And so far, I think that's actually the best weapon in the game for Albedo, because it increases his elemental attack, and that's what he's supposed to do. You just drop the flower and you just use his ult. That's it. So far, I do not recommend you to do doing that thing. Now, I understand that you may be looking for, and there's actually someone who already told me that they're looking for the Skyward Atlas. That's a good weapon, but let me tell you, right now, if you want to use this weapon, it's not even the best weapon in the game. I have this weapon, and I would rather have the other one, the other 5-star book that gives a crit rate. I think that's actually a lot better. But anyway, even if you want to go for this weapon, remember that it's not guaranteed. I mean, you could get 10 5-star weapons from this banner, and none of, I mean, it could be that none of them is the one you want. You could get this sword a lot, and that's the issue with this banner. So if you're gonna pull for the weapons banner, I recommend you don't do that unless you want both weapons. So in that case, you will be okay with whatever comes up. But in this case, you could get the sword like 8 times in a row. That's the issue, and you will be wasting a lot of money if what you want is the Skyward Atlas. So yeah, guys, that's why I believe this banner is a trap. Now, if you really want a weapon for Albedo, again, you can get the 4-star weapons, and the 4-star weapon that they're gonna give. All you need to do is do quests and grind for it, and they're gonna give it to you for free. You apparently you don't even need to craft it, right? It is a weapon that increases his elemental attack, which is amazing for Albedo. And if you absolutely want a 5-star weapon to equip on Albedo, this is the one I do recommend. It's this one. I'm actually probably going to use this one on Albedo while I get the other one, while I grind for the other one. So this stats over here are not so great because, I mean, it increases crit rate. Alright, that's great. But gains sky piercing might upon using elemental burst, increases movement speed, attack speed, increases damage of normal and charge attacks. Alright, so normal and charge attacks. I mean, you're not supposed to be doing that with Albedo, alright? You're not supposed to be focused on normal attacks. All you gotta do is, because he is a support character, all you gotta do is drop his E and drop his ult. So you're not really gonna benefit from, unless you really wanna use Albedo as a DPS character. If you really want to do that, even though I do not recommend it because he's meant to be a support, you can do that and you can use this weapon. But so far, the reason why I recommend this weapon over the Aquila Fabonia is because this one would increase physical damage, so it's even more useless for him. The only thing that it does that is really great is that it has a very high base attack, a lot higher than Skyward Blade. But the cool thing about Skyward Blade, and the reason why I would recommend if you absolutely want to go with a 5-star weapon for Albedo, is to go with Skyward Blade because it has energy recharge, which is great for his ult. But that's it. And even though you can do this, and even though I have these weapons, I don't even plan to use this on Albedo. Like, my endgame weapon for Albedo so far, the one I plan to use is the free one that you're gonna get from the event. Because if you analyze it, it actually has the best stat for him, which is to increase the elemental attack. It's very similar to this, the Stringless, which increases the elemental burst for archers. And increases elemental burst damage and elemental skill. So it's very similar. It's not the same, but it's very similar. So it's like a sword version of the Stringless. So I do recommend going for that. Alright, guys, so that's it for today. So if you like this kind of videos, I do Genshin Impact reviews, and I got pretty much every single character in the game, pretty much every 5-star weapon. So my plan is to level them up to 90 and do reviews on every single one of them, and all sorts of content. Alright, so if you like such things, feel free to subscribe. Until next time.